Hey, how's it going, YouTube? And before this video, and before actually starting this video, I want to say that somebody's evidence is like true based on everything else. And generously, like I feel fucking sick and tired of dealing with moist and everything else. So everything I say here is true when it's just like, hey, he done this specific thing, he's done that specific thing. He has done everything in here, and every single message and stuff like that I'm gonna show you is based off of YouTube, and it's still continuing when I don't want it to continue anymore. But he wants to make it continue, and as for that, he's gonna learn consequences, which I am not going to take any responsibility for what he has done. I'm doing my part in showing evidence and everything else like I really wanted to. Now, just to put in, yes, we have you'll hear in the video, but yes, we've treated him like a actual person. We just gave him a proper fucking place as friends and everything else. Even hung out with the guy, and that's a damn shame that out of anywhere we had to treat this guy just like with we treat people everyone knew, and everyone will never be an outcast. We made that fucking pretty clear. I just don't want it to seem like I'm a person that is rude or savage or anything else that would make anyone else feel lower out of the group. We've never made him feel lower out of the group. We made him the same people as we are. Like, we never made him like this. We've always made him included in shit too, which made him wanted to experience with bullying, harassing, or anything else, which made us feel lower, and him feeling high almighty, and we never actually talked about it. But here I am with Wolfie and Akami talking about this whole situation with his harassing and bullying. Hopefully, no one will find this as a threat. Actually, no. Hopefully, no one will find this as me making reasons and excuses of why this person doesn't show up, or why I don't talk to this person, or anything else, etc. I just want this to be a type of thing that shows, hey, he's over just here just bullying, and I don't like that. Also, please, whatever you do, do not go and harass or bully this guy. Even though, like, yeah, he's in my comments 24/7 or whatever. Just don't go to his, like, don't go to his Discord, don't go to his Facebook, don't go to anything of his. Just make sure, just keep it in comments, because at the same time, I don't want him to like feel like, oh yeah, everyone's gonna attack me everywhere. Don't come over to his address in real life. I get it, he is a racist and everything else, but again, I don't want any responsibility. I mean, it's not my responsibility for my subscribers or viewers though, but because of this, I just had to put it out there. So yeah, of course, as always, like, don't go and try to kill this person or anything else, or try to harass them in real life. I know that they seem like they need to be harassed in real life, but at the same time, I just don't want that responsibility to fall down on me. You guys are my subscribers and viewers, and you mean the best to me. But the only thing I don't want you to do is to put my name in a bad position. I'm not like that, but just don't do anything that would result to you having consequences for your own actions. That goes to the younger audiences as well on this channel. Please don't do anything that evolves on hurting yourself, your career, your responsibilities. I don't want that to seem like that's a huge thing, but that is a very huge thing when you get into the adult life. As always, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for the long intro. As always, see you guys in the next one. Peace. Alright, so what do you guys want to say about the whole Moist thing to the fucking viewers or whatever? Just this fucking recording that I'm doing. Hello everyone. Today I actually this is gonna be a video and whatever. Everyone already knows what the whole problem that's going on with the Moist being like such an upset baby about everything. And like here's my friends. I know we don't have more of the main people, but like you guys will understand. You guys will understand about like all of that. And it was from mainly when we welcomed him and everything else. Now we welcomed him with welcome arms, like we were welcoming a new person, which he was new. So I understand he wasn't like pretty much like he wasn't pretty much the normal type or anything else. So we decided to welcome him and everything else, and we did. He was cool for like the one day. As soon as that just like. Yeah, like everyone, I let everyone else speak on part of Moist and everything else. If you want to say what he was to you guys.
I mean, I generally tried to be nice. I'm not gonna lie, tried to. But yet, when I was hearing like the toxic shit, nah, I was not liking. And saying rude ass comments, but yet everybody had to blow that off. He literally made a whole entire Discord server to not talk, and we had to move to another one. That's how badly toxic that shit was.
Yeah, that's how badly like toxic it was and everything else, and like I didn't even enjoy it, even though he was my friend and I invited him. I did not enjoy it at all.
Yeah, I would say that dude was toxic. Even for me, I think in the server chat he just put himself. But then, the one time I was in the chat room doing a little live stream for the rest of the group, the one I actually play and talk to. The dude, while I was playing the game Sea of Thieves, he legit said that one thing was fucked up, and I legit didn't like that. I don't remember what was the word. Yeah, the fucking I don't say the word, but the thing about it, it's about history about me and Bum Buns, like our ancestor shit, like where are the slaves.
Yeah. So basically, just a whole bunch of racist shit, which he didn't even have to throw up out there because number one, who would want to keep on remembering racist shit? If we wanted to, we would be into politics or anything else like that. And I say with politics, I'm fine because I'm not gonna enter in the fucking whole thing unless it's really necessary for me to. But it's very fucked that he wants to bring up the whole thing about slavery, even though he is a white male and everything else. And yeah, I get it, some white people were just like, oh yeah, that's fucked up that every single other race was getting treated like not as much like as the whites were. And I understand that. People were very clear about that. I'm very clear about that and everything else. So that's like pretty much fine. But at the same time, he said a few slurs that were not supposed to be in at all. And that slur having to be the end slur. I don't like the end. Okay, so I'm okay with everyone saying nigga and everything else. Like, that's fine. That's fine by me. They don't feel comfortable with saying it, that's fine. But he was saying, like, I'm gonna tell you guys this. Me and him has had arguments for fucking a while. That dude called me the N slur, the R slur, like not the R slur, but the hard R slur. And this was the thing, he said it with his dad too, and his dad is like a hardcore racist. He is, I guess, racist as well, and I did not enjoy every single moment with him because of the moment that he was saying this. Now, I don't know why I decided to let him back in or anything else. I guess forgiveness, and I gave him plenty of chances. This was the last chance that I was doing, and he was actually being very sad when he was saying, like, oh, he was shrinking or whatever. But now he just made it seem like it was fake because with later messages and everything else, which I can pop up on screen right now. The editor, please, yeah, I'm the editor. Please pop this up on the screen. There's a few messages and everything else of what he said and what I said. I was being the most nicest and generous person out of my heart for not trying to argue with him. And I'm not like really like wanting to argue with him because what's the point of arguing with a racist? Now, does anyone else wants to add on like anything else about like shit like that? Because
yeah, for me, I would say this: when he was doing all that fucked up stuff,
Spike
essentially,
planted.
he was not even barely even nice. He think the same specific stuff, like saying the word cringe or friend, like they work hard on like their videos, and just saying that, you know, they're like they're trying, they're learning. It's not that easy making videos, but it's still not okay making fun of them. They're trying their best.
One enemy
And
remaining.
the dude said so much stuff, like not even nice stuff, and he always acts weak. Even for me, I don't talk to the when the dude said something. Even for me, he texted me on Discord for shit I don't even want to talk to him. Like I forgot to tell you guys, he was actually texting me. Like not before like this whole situation. Like that was during when he was still in the server. Like saying stuff like why he wouldn't not just said this in the actual server, not to me.
wait, what did he say exactly?
Let me just let me scroll his name because I just ignored him. Like one of the videos, like I already know, he only sent me one video about the thing I posted like a few days ago a long time ago about the Fredina stuff. I'm gonna send it to you, and this is around. Let me just copy as well, like the date of it.
Shadows traveling.
Like these are the only text messages he sent me. You know, for me, like why did he couldn't just say himself? Why he had to like? Like, should I post it in the main general chat or just you, babe?
I don't know. Like, I'm just like.
I think I'm gonna send it to you to make sure the chat doesn't like see this. Like people like they all.
Yeah, I'll send it and everything else, but if you want that to be public or anything else, then I'll make it so I can just recall or do it and then censor out anything else. I'll be censoring out our names, but his name will not be censored out. I'm gonna tell people this, like, don't attack him, because at the same time I know that he's a bad person, he's a racist and everything else, but I don't want any responsibilities falling on me for his, even though the responsibilities are not mine, that is yours. I just don't want anyone to do anything that involves on attacking or killing him and anything else. If you know him and everything else, and if you want to talk to him about his reactions and his actions, then that is fine. With his dad, I do not want to anything to go on with him, his friends, or his family, because as that's being said, he was being a true asshole. Now, here's the part where, yeah, it's like, it's very, like, fucked. I did not actually, like, want to, like, play a few times. Like, I actually that's why we moved chats. I was like, hey, everyone, let's just, like, open chats here. And everyone else was, like, on board with me, but was, like, feeling very confused of why I was doing it. Well, I had to tell them, like, that Jake was being super upset, and Jake is a different friend of ours, but he's not in this whole thing. He was very depressed and everything else, so I just kind of needed to take space away from, like, depression, because I do not want to be depressed either. But also, it's just like with Moist, he was just very awful with language and everything else, and especially with the things that he was saying, where he bursted out a racial slur, and it almost happened on my stream. I actually was, like, very upset and pissed, and, like, to the point where I just didn't want to hang out with him. He was like,
wasn't there the one time where everybody left the call because he was saying stuff?
Grenade.
I think so.
Send you, babe. Like, kind of like that big of a deal. This is like a long time ago, shit before all was bullshit. I saying stuff like I don't know what he was saying privately.
Oh, dude, he even got upset that me and Cosmic were playing Fortnite together, and he wanted to join, and he kept getting pissed off for no reason.
I found my wire.
here.
My camera is destroyed.
Yeah. More. Hey. Kami, you want to add anything else like, to this? You don't want to add anything else into this before I end it off here. Not just end it off, but like talk a little bit more about shit. Oh, you're probably in the part of the road and everything else. I'm gonna say something a little bit, so then like yours can like probably like.
I don't know if you can hear me right now, so I'm trying.
Satchel out.
But with a lot of the shit that has been said about him, now I'm just only gonna say this to people: just please don't go attack him and everything else. Even though yes, he should have messages and everything else about his actions, have consequences and everything else. I don't want anyone to send death threats to people because I'm not going to be held responsible. This video is only for evidential stuff and everything else, so everyone can understand of why this person is nowhere allowed to play with us or anything else. Again, with him bursting out racial slurs and stuff like that, he has been doing this back then on my PlayStation years, and it has been a very uncomfortable type of thing that I did not enjoy or like, because it was
10 seconds left.
mainly having to be my account having a
My
consequence.
eyes are down.
Spike planted.
You should run.
I would say that dude.
Yeah, I mean, he had problems and everything else. Like, I remember like he was like saying like no one likes me or whatever, like no one's gonna be my friends or everything else. And I remember back then, like when I was like getting off of fucking when I was getting off of a PlayStation and everything else, when I can tell you guys like the old people that we used to hang out with when it was like fucking PlayStation years. It was just mainly me, one. Oh yeah, we can hear you. We can hear
I'll
you.
break your apple.
Yeah, so it was like me, one, him, and everything else. But like I said, when I was on PlayStation, I was feeling like very depressed because not a lot of the people were hanging out with me anymore. I was getting ditched out of parties, and I remember the last time when I tried to talk to Veal, James, Noah, they actually cut me off, and it was like a very upset moment. But I'm not gonna add them into the thing because they did nothing wrong. But they're still okay and everything else, so that's fine.
Here comes the party.
But yeah, I wanted to just kind of like say that I put more details and stuff of why I say he was being a hardcore
They
racist.
found my wire.
But a little bit over the times, I told him his actions have consequences and I'm not gonna be responsible for it. Well, I am not. I'm saying that
Camera taken out.
I guess I am being responsible because I was the one that invited him, and that's why I apologize about inviting him.
Spike planted.
But but let me tell you guys something. We treated him like he was a fucking person, and he treated us like we were garbage. First, he started talking shit about furries, which that's the massive trend, and we don't give a fuck because a lot of people talk about furries, FNAF, and a lot of other shit. Just then,
You're calling me out right
yeah,
now.
just then, with like,
Found
you
you.
know, it's just like very fucked. So he was like being an asshole about it. Then he was being an asshole about it and whatever. And as soon as that, we were just like, hey, you know what? Fuck it. We were just like, hey, fuck it. Let's just like, fuck it. Yeah, I'm just saying like, fuck it. Like we don't have to care about that because everyone talks shit about furries, and that had to put everyone in a certain scenario where they were just gonna be talked shit about all day, and that's what made me upset. Then we had other people that was just like, you know, being total dipshits. And I fucking, I just didn't really enjoy it, all that shit, to be honest.
I didn't either.
And
People
I
felt
put,
uncomfortable. People
and
felt uneasy.
I put, this is the thing where I put my friends in, because I invited him, so I put that more responsibility towards me because of how that came out for him.
Spike planted.
Saying all this stuff, saying all rude comments and everything else, which no one enjoyed that. Then as soon as that, he started moving on to TikToks. Now, we already have Akami and everyone else in here except for Wolf and I. I use TikTok, yes, but like I know that I don't really post like videos like they do. Akami and Cosmic post good TikTok videos and everything else. And the main thing is more fit on body fit or whatever. Or
They want to dance?
not that, but he simped a lot on Cosmic, and in weird ways too, where it was like, hey, it was like getting more uncomfortable. Like especially it was getting more uncomfortable for me because sometimes he talked about Cosmic's TikTok, and I'm just sitting here like, yeah, she posts TikToks, so what? It started getting like very weird. Like, yeah, people talk about TikToks and whatever. I think TikTok is just regular. But he's just like, oh, yeah, I wish I was this fit, this, that, and other, etc. Bullshit like that. But then and there, he always kept calling them cringe for using TikTok. And that was to the point where I'm just like, you're kind of weird, you're kind of cringe yourself for watching or anything else like that. But I started using TikToks only because I thought the humors were funny and everything else, and that I wanted to go and support my friends because that's the right thing to do. So I started, in hell, I even started making TikTok videos. Well, not very good ones, but they were something. So as soon as that, I started getting called cringe from him, which made me get put into a point where I'm just like, hey, you not be very rude. It made a lot of people uncomfortable, unwell, and everything else about like the way he was acting because of his behavior.
They're just batteries, and I need a recharge.
I'm gonna stop actually repeating the same sentence all over again because I feel like I'm going to start pissing a lot. I'm gonna start pissing a lot of people off about it. Just he's not really good. He says things that shouldn't be said to people, and he's just being in like. He just shames a lot of people. He likes to like shame a lot of people. Us being furries, us liking FNAF, us doing TikToks, us doing videos, us editing videos, us doing live streams. He just goes on the boards of wanting to do that, and it makes all of us very, very uncomfortable.
Nightmare's over. Grenade!
Let's go.
Akami, do you want to say anything else?
Enemy spotted B.
Nowhere to run!
All I gotta say is, you know, everybody tried their best to actually cooperate, actually get along with the dude, even if we were given shit for it, for what the hell we done.
Spike planted.
We still
Last
tried.
player standing.
And you know what, trying at least an option to be a better person than that dude. But what has happened
Gear up,
was kind of
stay
literal
safe.
bullshit.
Going
if you
back
ask
in.
me. But we can't do anything about it anymore. It is done. It is said.
And with that being
But
said,
at least we know after he left, everyone was doing their own thing again. But I feel like it has taken a toll because when we didn't have that person in there, everybody was blowing up different categories in the Discord and whatnot. Everybody fucking sending memes and whatnot. Everybody sending what they want.
Just
But
being
yet,
just having fun.
everybody has been slow about it. Nobody's putting in like anything because what has happened. And it's literal sadness.
Cover going out.
You will not kill my
And I can
allies!
say that's really bullshit for that person to come in to people actually trying to give a damn, and yet he has the common decency to do that to nice people.
Last
You don't
player
get a lot of
standing.
nice people anymore. You don't get
Spike planted.
the kindness as everyone else has. We have met a lot of fun, I'm gonna be honest. And yet, there
They will
was
scurry,
some people, but yet
and then they will die.
backstab. Or, okay, not backstab, but changed. There we go, better wording.
Yeah, better wording. But I blame myself. I blame myself mainly with that.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
Yeah, I blame myself for that because he was it was my responsibility as inviting a person that I told him like, hey, like this is everyone. Just make sure like yeah you like stay cool with them and everything else and don't be rude. I actually died. Fuck. But I told him not to be rude to anyone and everything else. Everyone here should chill. He replied with okay and etc. Which then I was like, okay, so he might be chill or whatever. He's not gonna like do anything,
Last player standing.
fuck with the chat.
Spike planted. Flawless.
Yo, let's go.
But
The enemy only
yeah,
looks
but
composed.
yeah,
They are still a different story.
that's all that we have to say about him and everything else. I put up pictures and everything else and evidence that people has. If you guys want to send your evidence to me, and if you want them publicly shared of like what of him either off sending you messages or him sending stuff uncomfortable in the group messages, then you can do so. But this is the whole thing, and I just want this to clear up because like throughout the whole water, he's like being like the huge asshole about it, and like it's making me feel uncomfortable.